Okay, hopefully that was a graceful fade out. But hi everyone, hello, and good time zone, and what is up, gamers? Hi friends, welcome in. Lovely to be here. Hopefully you're having beautiful Thursdays. You'll never guess, but I'm tired. Oh my god, I'm so tired. So good to see y'all though. Welcome on in, everybody. Hope you are having good days. Hope you're having good weeks. It's lovely to be here. Let me get my light on so I can switch over to Art's screen. And hi. Hi to everyone except the bot I had to nuke from space like 2 minutes after I went live. I could get in the garbage. Pen friend! Hi! Welcome on in. Hello, hello, and thank you so much for the follow. That's very much appreciated. Hello, hello. How are you doing? And hello. It's paint. It's paint, everyone. We are painting. We are gonna try and get some more done on this little bad boy. And hopefully it'll go okay. Anyways, who's all here? Lunar, hello! Lunar is having a little lurky while ooh, you're repurpling your hair. Ooh, very nice. I can't wait to see. I bet it's going to look magnificent. Hello, Indigo, as well. Welcome on in. Going out for groceries, but hi, everyone. Oh, hello, hello, and I hope you have a wonderful grocery trip. I hope that everything you want is in stock and of a reasonable price and good quality. Silly, hello, welcome in as well. Lovely to see you. Hello, hello. Beep boop, I am a robot, says Twitch user Moriax42. Well, are you trying to get, I mean, I don't, listen, if you're a nice robot who doesn't tell me to try and put like spammy links into my chat where I can buy cheap followers, you can stick around because that's cool, and I think that cool robots are neat. So hello, welcome in, my cool robot friend. How are you doing? It is very nice to see you as well. Welcome, welcome. All right. So as mentioned up top, I am, oh my god, I'm so absolutely bone tired today. I have had a very, very busy couple of days. Namely, just, you know, like meetings and having to be out and about and alert and present very early in the morning for my very sad little standards. But, the result of this is that this in general, if I have to do it more than like once a day, like one day in a row, it exhausts me to the point that I was feeling honestly fine. When I was having lunch today, I just got myself a little like ready meal. I got a very disappointing vegetable biryani, and it was, you know, it was all right. It was fine. And then I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna have a little post lunch, just lie down, not like go to sleep or anything, but just be horizontal for like 15 minutes. And I was there for like an hour, and I was out. And when I woke up, my whole body was just like in absolute exhaustion mode for like an hour or two afterwards. So I'm still feeling a little bit groggy now, but hopefully I'm awake and alert enough to remember how to paint. We are working with this, my Potter's Pink palette again, where all of my colors of the rainbow have been blended with a little bit of Potter's Pink, which is what largely makes up the color of the sky here, and it's kind of a weird color. I mean, I think it's a lovely color in and of itself. I think it's a beautiful sort of like dusty, sort of brownish pink, and I really like that vibe. But also, I ended up feeling some kind of way about how the sky was looking when we were done stream, and so I think yesterday maybe. I wanted to work on a little piece yesterday. Oh shoot, that's the doorbell. One moment, please. Ah! Heck! Be back in a sec! Okay. Well, my vitamins have been delivered. Actually, I had a notification to say that they were being delivered between, I think, 11 and 12 today, and I was a little concerned that, like, I'd missed it and they just hadn't updated because I was not in the house at that time of day today. But no, that was just wildly inaccurate. And the delivery driver is one of the delivery drivers that just... I think I actually heard, like, a thunk from outside. So I think they literally just actually threw it at the door from a significant distance. And I'm really grateful that my vitamins are not breakable. There are two plastic containers of vitamins and a tube of hand cream in that box. So I am assured they're fine, and I'll open them later. I'd unbox it on stream, but it would be like the most uninteresting unboxing you've ever seen in your life. It's like, ooh, oh, you take those? Neat. Oh, they're the green apple flavored gummies. Fun. Yes, I take gummy vitamins. Listen, they are the perfect texture. And unlike so many gummy vitamins that I've had, and I've had, like, I don't know, maybe like 5 different kinds of gummy vitamins in my life, I couldn't get these a few months ago, and I bought a different brand of them from the health food store, and they tasted so bad. Oh, we know they're Flintstones vitamins. Listen, Kobe, if I could get Flintstones vitamins, I would be all over that. Those were my lifeblood in the 80s. Every day a Flintstones vitamin. Hell yeah. Have that I have an intense sense memory of that, like, that children's chewable vitamin flavor that was like a very distinct flavor. And it wasn't good, per se. But I still always really looking forward to getting to take a chewable vitamin. No, I'll be perfectly honest. These ones are green apple flavored, and it's probably for the best that they're green apple flavored, because green apple is not one of my favorite fruit flavors for gummy sweets. I'm more of like a lemon, orange, lime kind of person generally. But if these were like lemon, orange, lime flavored, I'm genuinely concerned that I would not be able to keep to the limit of 2 per day and take too many, which, in the grand scheme of things, given the content of, like, these vitamins, is probably not harmful for the human body. However, it does mean that, you know, you're peeing out a lot of excess vitamins that your body can't absorb in that time. Which in turn means you're just having very expensive pee. I could just buy a bag of jelly snakes for like £1. Okay, more like £1.50 these days because everything's too expensive. Oh my god, I sound so old. I know I recently turned 40, but oh my god, I sound so old. Okay, updates with regard to the painting. I don't know if it's perceptible at all. You probably can't tell. I wasn't super happy with what the sky was doing after last time, so yesterday, I think it was, or maybe Tuesday? Maybe it was Tuesday. I can't remember. Anyways, one of the earlier days this week, Tuesday or Wednesday, I actually went in with just a tiny amount of this and a tiny amount of this, and just did a little glaze over it to kind of smooth down the texture just a smidge and deepen the color a little bit. Just because I felt like at the time the paint was granulating so much on the paper that I felt like there were like pockets of pigment or Pikmin if you prefer. And then also just like some blank whiteness, and I didn't like that. So I decided to just give it a little bit of a revamp. I'm not quite there with liking this painting yet. I think we've got some work to do to get to the point where I like it, because right now I kind of don't. I think the composition, such as it is very cute, but it needs more stuff, I think, to feel good. As for the colors, I don't know. I'm trying something. But we'll keep working on it. And today is very much a day for details, so it is tiny brush time, and I'm very looking forward to that. So let's, shall we just get stuck in? I think perchance we shall. And then see how we go. Trying to decide what I want to paint in first. I think I'm going to do this little vegetable patch here first, because right now it just looks like kind of a weird splodge on on the hill. But it is supposed to be a vegetable patch, so let's get that going. Turnip, thank you so much for the lurk. Thank you. I hope that you are having an absolutely fantastic day, and I hope you have a lovely, lovely lurk as well. I'm going to take a sip of one of my beverages, if I can get it open. Oh my god, I don't know how I always close this thing so tightly, but I seem to manage to close it so tightly every time that I have a major struggle getting it back open again. But okay, this wasn't too bad. I didn't have to use a rubber glove to get it open, but this is some iced tea. It is fruit salad flavor. Yummy, yummy. Delicious. Okay. Oh, it's a little bit tart. I didn't sweeten it very much. And I can tell. All right. I need to mix up a bit of a green. Now this, okay. For anyone who missed it, the colors we're working with are basically these. But a little bit more muted and a little bit warmer than they look like here. But this green, which is a mix of our Potter's Pink and Helio Green, is so intense and so bright green that it's gonna need some mellowing out. So I think I'm gonna use mostly this and a little bit maybe of brown, or should I maybe do orange to balance out I'm gonna use a little bit of orange to balance out the green, I think, which is the chromium orange. Just in case anyone is keeping track and wants to do this like weird paint science experiment themselves. Do recommend, but maybe not specifically with all of the colors that I ended up choosing for this. Just because some of them are behaving really weirdly. And it's been a fun adventure working it out. I feel like I kind of want to use this palette to shift, because this painting is so heavily pointed towards like these greens, these like yellowy greens and sort of red, orange, yellow end of things. I kind of want to do some a piece with this that relies heavily more on the sort of blue, purple, violet, brown, pink range of things, and then some additional warmness for fun. I think that could make for an interesting palette experience. Maybe a more harmonious palette experience. I want to add a ton of texture to this hill because the texture of it right now, I find it's a texture that I find looks really weird in paints. And it's kind of the like color separation is so much so that like I find it kind of hard to look at, like it's blurry, which is kind of cool, but I'm wondering if I can kind of cut through that and make it just feel a little bit more like a hill and a little bit less just intimidatingly confusing for my poor little eyes. This painting is very much an experiment, and I feel like it's my best work? No, I really don't. But I'm glad that I'm doing it. I feel like if I started this from scratch again, I'd probably do some things differently. I'd probably shift the palette sort of towards a more warm, cool than this, which feels, I don't know, like everything is sort of dancing around yellow in interesting ways. How am I gonna, okay, what plants are these, I guess I'm asking myself. because I kind of just put in like placeholder shapes here. And now I kind of need to actually figure out what shapes I want them to be. What sort of plant is this? These are going to be, I'm going to add some tomatoes onto these. I think maybe we've got mostly tomato plants going on here. Partially because tomatoes are in season here right now, and they're so, oh my god, tomatoes are so good when they're in season. I don't know about y'all, but I honestly don't really eat raw tomatoes that often, except when they are in season, and then I kind of go crazy. It's like panzanellas, just tomato toast. What can I cook with tomatoes? Just everything is, apart from, I mean, I do have tomatoes at other times of the year, but oftentimes if I'm gonna like make a meal with tomatoes, it'll be more like, I buy like the good tinned tomatoes kind of thing. But this time of year, it's just, I'm just gonna have, this is the only time of year really where I'm likely to have like a tomato snack. You know what I mean? Buddy Games, hello, welcome in. How are you doing? It's lovely to see you. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're having a beautiful Thursday. How are you? Very, very nice to see you indeed. How goes? I'm just waxing lyrical about tomatoes, as you do, which is extremely normal of me, and having a nice time. Okay. I think I am just gonna do some rows of tomatoes here, or tomatoes. Apologies. One of the things that I have noticed in the last few years as a transplant from Canada is the fact that I do. I've been told that I've picked up a lilt since moving to the UK, and I do feel that. You can probably, I'm sure you can hear it. It is not a conscious choice really, but I think more of sort of a survival mechanism in order to kind of fit in, and not feel like I stand out and constantly have people asking me, oh, what part of America are you from? When I'm just trying to have a base interaction at a supermarket or something. But there's certain like phonemic lines that it just feels weird to cross, like certain things that I can't say, Okay, so I live, for instance, I would say it's maybe like an hour and a half on the train, I think, from Bath. And locally, I believe it's pronounced Bath, but that sounds real stupid when I say it. So I have to call it Bath. I'm sorry. I can't do it. It sounds very weird when I do it. But then there are certain things where, like, I can tell that more glottal stops have integrated themselves into my personal dialect than I used to have. It's kind of weird, but it's all good. Anyways, I have, thank you, says Buddy Games. Hell yeah, how are you? I'm okay. I'm doing pretty nice, but tired for sure. But it is lovely to see you. Buddy says, I have a slight Dutch accent, and I always get asked if I'm Canadian. Because Canadian is the not American accent for British people, for realsies. I always find it, people don't ask if I am American, people ask what part of America that I am from, which I find very funny. Because the answer is no. And then, I'm not like offended because, it's fine. I've had friends from certain parts of the States, and to be perfectly honest, if you're not super finely tuned into every single, phoneme that I'm pronouncing in my accent, it's not far off. There are certain people from, certain parts of Ohio, and it's that's actually pretty close to the way that I talk. But then there are other parts of America that are weirdly actually geographically closer to where I'm from, and there are some really obvious tells. Like, get them to apologize for something, and instead of saying I'm sorry, they'll say I'm sorry, which is huge. And literally the difference is like an arbitrary political barrier, and that's it. It's really weird. Anyways, Lunar says, oh, when people ask what area of the US I'm from, it's not a good time. I find that hilarious. I do wonder how many people I encounter just on a daily basis who've just gone ahead and assumed that I'm American and just don't think to ask, or, you know, don't care. So they're just like, oh yeah, that American person. No. But, oh well. But I have, depending on who it is, I have at times been a little bit facetious about it. It's like, oh, it's this little town you've probably never heard of. It's sort of in like the north, and it's called Canada. just you know, I don't want to, most of the time, if it's just like a friendly stranger, I don't want to embarrass them, but sometimes, you know. Anyways, like, if you're not trained to like listen for accents and stuff, like, I get it. And, you know, some people do, some accents are very confusing in terms of their origin. And there have been some people where I'm like, where are you from? There was a guy who it turns out he was Australian, but sounds like no Australian person I've ever heard in my entire life. And I think it turned out that they, like, were Australian but lived somewhere else for a really long time and then moved somewhere else for a really long time and yada yada yada. So the accent is just all over the shop, possibly in very formative years. Versus, you know, my accent was pretty rigidly in place by the time I moved here because I was like 30. So, but yeah. Buddy says, imagine North America, but even more north. Yeah, just go more north. I'm from more north. There you go. Lunar says, see, and I will embarrass them because now I've lost my train of thought because you asked me a question in the middle of my thought. Oh no, I'm so sorry. Oh no, this is the worst. Anyways, the northest. But, you know, I mean, that being said, I live in the south, you know, or I'm from the south north, to be fair. But, just getting some little leaves on here. Are the details tiny and relatively inconsequential on this? Yes. I just kind of want to, if I can fill out these little tomato plants a little bit, I think they'll look nicer. Okay. Okay, we have some tomato plants. Hooray! Hopefully they are cute. More north, like the Arctic, says Lunar. Yeah, I did say I'm from south north. Because I think, you know, there is more than one Canadian accent. That's the other thing. Like, I don't sound like every Canadian I've ever met. And in fact, the last time I was back in Canada a couple months ago, I really noticed, like, demonstrably, I was like, oh, that's the Canadian accent. Didn't really notice how distinct it was when I lived here, but, like, damn. Some of y'all sound real Canadian. But as I say, there are more than one Canadian accent, obviously. We have more than one official language, for one thing. It's also a very, very large landmass. So, you know, like, there are accenty, dialecty sort of regions and enclaves and stuff that have developed over the years. And so there is, you know, sort of a reasonable diversity of accents. Buddy, thank you so much for the follow. Thank you. I very much appreciate it. Thank you. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like maybe it's because I grew up in like a fairly reasonably sized city with a reasonable amount of immigration that I didn't really notice like a singular distinctive, like, this is Canadian accent when I was sort of growing up there. I don't know. But, and I will say that the in general sort of like what I guess I would say is like standard Anglo-Canadian is more subtle in its variations and less intense in its regional variations than like the regional variations here in the Englands, which can be pretty wild. You know, you travel like an hour in any direction and it's like, oh, I'm in a different place. And I can tell by talking to people. And it's quite, I find that quite interesting and fun, but yeah. The Maritimes have the best accent. It's so fun and musical. Oh yes, Maritime, good accent. Good accents out there. Hell yeah. Lovely stuff. Versus my accent, which is just, I guess, I don't know, mistaken for American. Nothing particularly exciting. I do have to just like pause a moment. You know when people, if you've ever heard someone say like, "Oh, I don't have an accent." It's like, yes, the way you talk, the way you're talking right, that's an accent. Everyone has an accent. Even if you can't hear it because it's just how everyone around you speaks, that's an accent. You know? I mean, someone with a very trained ear can conceivably tell the difference between someone who grew up in my hometown, which is a city called Guelph, and Cambridge. Not the English one, but the Ontario one, which is like 20-30 minutes away, but has a slightly rounder pronunciation of sort of the like AU, like aw sound. So as opposed to like I caught the baseball, it's I caught the baseball, but not quite as differentiated as those two, but it kind of moves slightly further towards the sort of rounder sound of that. I'm not describing it well, but it's so, the difference is so minute, but it's present. And I know I know this well because I used to live there. Anyways, not in Cambridge. My grandmother lives in Cambridge, but her accent is Hungarian because that is where my family is from. But not me, because I was born in Canada. Anywho. We have some little planties. I like these little planties. I think these little planties are good. I think these planties should feel very, very happy. I hope they're thriving and having a good time. Where the nuts has my tissue gone? Do we just not have any in here anymore? I don't know. That's singularly unhelpful. I may need to pop out of the studio and just grab another like thing of tissues so that I have stuff to blot with. Some like oh, never mind. Nope, my tissues were behind me. I do have them. I was wondering if I was going to need to go grab some like kitchen towel or something to blot with, but no, I'm okay. Okay, cool. Shall I do the tomatoes now? I think I shall. Shall do the tomatoes now. And for the tomatoes, I'm just going to use this just straight ahead, this red, which is mostly cadmium red medium. I keep wanting to call it cadmium red like mid. I'm like, no, it's not a mid color. It's just it, but it is very, very medium. And this is so tiny. But here we are. Just gonna hide some teensy little tomatoes in here and there. Just because I also think that making them tomato plants gives some nice little like moments of contrast, which I find very pleasant. I need more paint. Okay. This palette is super weird. This set of colors and how they've turned out is not exactly as I was expecting when I set out to make it, but maybe I just haven't found the right use for it yet. I would like to try using this palette in a piece that kind of favors more of the sort of cooler end of colors, like these ones. like the green, blue, purple, brown, and also this pink, um, which is a pretty warm pink. It's a brownish pink, but I think as the source of warmth in an otherwise fairly cool palette, it could bring something interesting to it in a way that's quite different to what it's bringing to this piece, which is, I admit, a little weird. But I also haven't decided whether it is early in the morning here or very late at night, because that's when you tend to get sort of, I think, this kind of interesting blaze of color. And the answer is a resounding, I'm just not sure. I just don't know. Okay. I think maybe I want to shade in some bits up here just to help it feel a little and in fact, for a shade color, if I add a teensy amount of green to this red, I should be able to use that. That should sort of deepen and dull it down enough to get some shading onto our little farmhouse here. Oh, that's really intense. This is the problem, is that if I make it too watered down, it'll, even though this has been sitting for days, this paint wants to lift. And I don't want the paint to lift. And the best way to get the paint to not lift is to use as little water as possible, but if I use too little water on something like this, I'll end up in a situation where what was I saying? I'll end up in a situation where the like shade color is too dark and too dramatic. But I do definitely want some shade happening here. How shall I do? Maybe just kind of like on this side of the window to give a feeling of something. Okay. And also just kind of behind this, that little shrubby. Okie dokie. I think that's all I really need from that color anyways. Cool. Okay. Thus, next. Anyways, I'm trying to think if there's anything interesting to report that's happened to me so far in this week. And yes, there is. I did do a painting on Tuesday night off stream of I was gonna post it to Instagram and like socials tonight, so if you're following on any of those, you will see it. I'll try and remember to actually, you know what, I'll try and remember to pop in the Discord as well. Just in case you're not on socials or you don't care. We do have a Discord also, but I haven't really done much in the way of like Animal Crossing fan art, and I don't really plan to do a lot in the way of Animal Crossing fan art, but I really wanted to do specifically a piece of the Animal Crossing character Julia, because I love her so much. My moderator / spouse was doing a villager hunt a few weeks ago, and he came upon an island and he saw Julia and he was like, "Oh my god, she's so cute!" And he was like, should I adopt her?" And then he asked me, "Is she the trans bird?" And I was like, "Yes." And he was like, "Okay, she's definitely getting adopted." And I wanted to do because she's one of his villagers now, so she's special to us because she lives on his island. But also her like stock dress is a sort of funky stripy design, and it's very close to the colors of the trans pride flag. Um and so I wanted to take that and just actually have her wearing like a little dress that is basically the trans pride flag, and she looks so stinking cute. It was an interesting challenge trying to adapt the Animal Crossing art style into my art style and still have both of them be kind of recognizable. So hopefully people think that it's cute. We love her very much. She's absolutely adorable. Her catchphrase is "darling" because she's a fancy lady, um, and yeah, she's really stinking cute. Um, anyways, um, but yes. Now, what shall I paint? Maybe get some little shadows falling off of these little planties as well. Might be cute. So, if I just dip this in a teensy amount of water, just a little bit. And I'm gonna pick up a little bit of this brown. That is a no amount of this. I'm gonna pick up a little more of this brown because it turns out that was no brown at all. Please activate. There we go. I'm still trying to like scrape off the bits of paint that ended up sort of on the edges of these pans because it's messy. Do not want. There we go. Make a nice muddy but dimensional shadow. I think that'll be good. And then just pop some little shadows here and there. It's a weird time of day. These are weird shadows. It's all fine. Anyways. Is this good? I don't know. I don't know. I honestly don't know what I'm doing with this piece. But besides having a good time, I hope I'm having a good time with it. I hope you're having a good time as well. I'm going to just add some maybe just a little bit just under the chimney. So there we go. I think that'll do. Okay. Now I want to see about adding some texture to this hill, because right now it just looks very blocky and weird, and at the very least if I can add something to it to kind of distract from that, that would be super cool. Anyways, this is, some pieces are just more of a trust the process than others. Some pieces are very much like every stage of this just feels really good. Sometimes you're just like, yes, this is amazing already. This is going to be even more amazing when it's done. And then other times it's like, what the hell am I doing? This is everything about this is uncertainty and scary and not having a good time. And I don't know what I'm doing. And then other times it's like, yeah, no, I'm having a great time. This is all very, very good. And every stage of it looks good. It is, I have to say, I don't know if you can tell, but it's a really vulnerable way to be, to put the making of your stuff out there into public. And it is genuinely, for me anyways, it is genuinely a little scary most of the times that I do it. And I'm very grateful to have very cool people who like to hang out on my stream, and that's really nice. But sometimes it's still also really scary because I'm like, I've got a lot of uncertainty about this piece. I don't know if this piece is going to turn out good. I think regardless of what I do, it's probably not my best work. And that's okay, because that happens sometimes. And I'll, next time I'll do something different with some different ideas, different colors, different materials maybe. And it'll be different, and maybe it'll be better. Who knows? But it does always feel a little bit very vulnerable, kind of putting this kind of level of detail of the making of process out into the world. And I even have a VOD channel, so you can go back and watch this stuff forever, which is real scary. I'm gonna pop a link to that in the chat, because just in case you would want to. And I still don't really know why anybody would, but it does exist, and I do try and update it fairly regularly, so that's a thing you can look at. Anyways, okay. Had a text from my spouse who wants to know if it's okay if we get the last loaf of malt bread out of the freezer from our last visit to Canada, which was a very, very fortuitous find, because it is hard to find malt bread. A lot of supermarkets don't seem to carry it. I guess it's kind of niche, but it's one of those things that, like, I used to enjoy it with my grandma when I was a youngin', and so I have a lot of nostalgia about it. There are some seagulls happening outside, which makes me feel like I'm closer to the sea than I am. I'm in a pretty landlocked part of the country, not to dox myself, but I'm in a pretty landlocked part of the country called Oxfordshire, and we don't really have a sea, so I don't know what the seagulls are doing here, but I like to see them. Anyways, Indigo, hi, hello to you too, friend. Welcome back. I hope you are having a good one. How are you doing? Lunar says, I love being here because you are cool and chill, but I get the vulnerability. I'm not trained in any medium, so it makes me uncomfy to be judged by those whom know. I'll be real with you, Lunar. I really waffled back and forth for a long time on whether or not I wanted to do an art stream for that very reason. I game streamed, I think, for almost a year before I added an art stream into the schedule, in part because of just the absolute terror I felt at the possibility of putting this kind of stuff out there for people to judge. And it turns out people are incredibly kind and generous and lovely, and I needn't have been scared. And it's really very much more of like an internal me thing than like an other people thing, because if people are coming to your stream and like judging your art or like backseat arting, like, go away. I mean, same with gaming, like, no, if you want to tell somebody what to do, this is not the place to do it. And people, I think, in general are very understanding of that. But also I think in general people wouldn't look at this and go like, actually, I think you should have made that blue. Why didn't you make that blue? Can you change that to blue? Change that to blue, and then it'll, people, whatever. So like, you're using that wrong. You need to use less water when you glaze it. It's like, I know, shut up. Anyways, Lunar says, hi, Sledge, you need to pick up eggplants from the shop for memes. Lunar, okay, so we were shopping yesterday. We did our big grocery shop on Wednesday, and I saw a man put 2 aubergine eggplants into his shopping trolley, and I was like, aw, damn, I don't want to carry any more stuff because our bags are pretty heavy, but we're getting some aubergines on the weekend, and we're making something with them because they look really delicious, and also for memes. So yes, we will be buying them. Don't worry, Lunar. Anyways, hey Felipe, how's it going? Lovely to see you. Thank you so much for sending the seagulls in my direction. I love them so much. Samantha says Oxfordshire is actually secretly a giant beach. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man, I wish that was true. I want an ice cream, and I want to sit under a parasol, and I want to go paddle in the water. Just like up to my ankles and just sort of do a little splish splush. That I feel like I would feel happy to do it. Felipe says, I had 2 baby seagulls waking me up at 4 a.m. in the morning for a week and a... Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm glad they're big enough to fly. Oh my god. Oh my god. I know.
Oh hell yeah. Oh no, it's Lino just subscribed. Oi oi Savalois.
Oi oi Savalois to you too, Lino. Thank you so much for the sub. And hello also to Acorn. Welcome in. How are you doing? It's so nice to see you. Welcome on in. I'm glad Felipe that the seagulls are no longer waking you up. I mean, A, that's adorable, but B, oh my god, that must be so annoying. Indigo says, I've been thinking of streaming art and it slowly shifted to streaming games. Why not both? You can do both, you know. I do both. I would love to see it. Anyways, Samantha wants me to do a terrible drawing time, so let me go grab the terrible drawing canvas, which I think I've left on the other side of the studio, but I'll grab in just a sec. Actually, you can keep looking at this while I do that. Lugia. Oh god, which one is Lugia? I know that name. I know that Pokey, but which one is it? Oh god. Oh no. Oh, come on, brain. Oh, come on, brain. I'm going to be racking my brain for the next, like, couple seconds trying to remember which one is Lugia. But, on the other hand, it ultimately doesn't super matter which one is Lugia. Because I'm just gonna go for it. I think, also, I don't know. Maybe I don't know which one is Lugia. I know the name. I think, is it part... Lugia is my favorite legendary Pokemon, says Samantha. Uh-oh. So no pressure then. Great. This is definitely gonna go well. Oh my gosh. Okay, so, this is the terrible drawing canvas. For anyone who is new here, allow me to explain. So the deal is that, for 5,000 channel points, I have 5 minutes. The camera is not updating in real time, which is alarming. Let me just... Okay, the camera is now updating in real time. For 5,000 channel points, I've got 5 minutes or less to draw a character or concept of your choosing from memory or sight unseen on the terrible drawing canvas. This is our current canvas. There are quite a few Pokemons on here. Not that you can tell. But we've got... Oh, what was this one? This is Breloom. This is Ampharos. I hadn't seen a number of these previously. This is Mawile, and this is Duskull, and now I'm being asked to draw Lugia. And the name gives me very little in terms of information, because it just sounds like somebody's name. Like, hello, my name is Lugia. I would not question that you're named after a Pokemon. But Indigo says doing both would involve streaming art. Hell yeah! If I can do it, you can do it. Look at me, I'm just a little creature. But also, if you don't want to do it, by all means, you don't have to. There are some things you can just have be for yourself. Oh my god! Oh my god! Lido says... Oh my god! Oh my god, I love this. They said Luigia is how I read it every time. It's a me, Luigia. Oh no, I might need to lean into that a little bit. Hey Mochaccino, how are you doing? Welcome. Does Pokemon Silver ring a bell, says Indigo? Samantha is correct. I have played Pokemon Legends Arceus and no other Pokemon games. So... Felipe says, wah! So, I don't know if you know this, but I play Mario Kart. I've been playing Mario Kart pretty much every evening for, like, 30 to 45 minutes to kind of just unwind and re-regulate my brain. before going to bed. It's super effective. But you'll never guess my main character that I like to drive around in the little. Okay, so my selections are I use the Legend of Zelda glider. I don't know what type of tires they are, but they're like teal, and I use the pink cat car, and my driver is Waluigi every time, and I love him so much. He's my favorite. He's a silly long boy, and he's very fun. Okie dokie. I'm gonna have to attempt to draw Lugia. Now, I've been given the information that Lugia is a legendary Pokemon, which tend to be, a little less cutesy and a little more like weird dragony things. I dig it. Can I pull this off? I don't know, but I'm gonna set our timer for 5 minutes. We've got 5 minutes on the clock starting now, and I'm gonna try and draw what I feel like Lugia might look like, and it's gonna be probably really bad. But let's try anyways. Yay. Okay. So, first of all, it's got a little face. It's got a little face. I'm just gonna give it like a circle for an eye, and kind of one of these. My pencil is in need of a actually. Okay, no, hold up. We are unprecedented circumstances here, but I'm pausing the timer because this pencil is in need of a sharpen if I'm gonna get the legendary details down that I would like to try and capture. So I'm gonna have to sharpen my teeny tiny pencil. Look at the size of this dang thing. Okay. Nice and sharp. I do have a reserve pencil, by the way. We were able to we completed the pencil fund. So I do have a replacement pencil. It comes from Derwent in the Lake District, which is very exciting. I did not travel to the Lake District to get it. It came from Cass Art. Silly's doing a lurk. Thank you very much. Have a lovely, lovely lurk. Anyways, Lino says, you're all welcome for that cursed thought that's stuck in my head. Oh, little boy. It is in there now, so thank you. No worries about the caps lock, Silly. It's all good. I understood what you meant. I just thought you were going for a very, very intense lurk. And honestly, also valid. RJ Boss, hey, how's it going? Lovely to see you. Says, well, look what the stalker brung. Little baby devil with the forked tongue. Is that what Lugia the Pokemon legend looks like? Made with genuine lake water. I mean, maybe it is. I'm pretty sure there's a pencil museum. There is a pencil museum, I think, up in the Lake District, and I want to go to there. Because that is exactly the kind of extremely niche, museum-y nonsense that I just love. There is something about, like, a very specific museum that I find very pleasant and fun. One time I found a museum inside a garden center. I was not expecting this. But it was literally, like, an offshoot of the garden center cafe. This was in the Greater Manchester area. I can't remember what bit of it. I think it was East Greater Manchester. And they just had a Coronation Street museum that had, like, here is a polyester jumper that was worn by, I don't know any of the characters' names, so let's just say Daryl in the 70s, and here is Pat's old hair curlers, and there was like a little reproduction of like a bit of the pub. It was very silly and very cute. And I had a lovely time. Is there a lesser Manchester area? I don't want to say so because I don't want anyone who's potentially from any of those neighborhoods to get mad at me. I did live in Manchester about 10 years ago for what it's worth. And yeah, good old Cass Art, says Felipe. You know what? It's a good one. It was useful, though they didn't have the paint that I'd gone in to look for, which was the color Lunar Red Rock from Daniel Smith Paints, which I ended up having to order online because they only had the little 5 milliliter tubes, and that one only comes in the 15 milliliter tube. Boo earns. Anyways, right, okay, let's attempt to draw Lugia. Let me get the timer back on. Got a text from my partner who says, oh, remember those berries we bought last night and said we'd eat them last night? And then we didn't. We bought them, and then we didn't eat them. So we're going to have blueberries for dessert tonight, which is no bad thing because I love blueberries. Anyways, 4 minutes and 13 seconds on the clock, starting now. Let's go. Okay, so we've got like our little Lugia head. It's like, wah. There's its little face. Hang on. No, I don't like it. I can do a better job of this. Okay, I wanna, I don't know, legendary Pokemon, they're kind of like, okay, I'm gonna do somewhat more like forward facing, and you'll understand why in just a second. And the reason why is I'm giving it a mustache. And I really want you to be able to see the mustache. Because it's Luigia. Damn it. That idea was placed inside my head, and now we got to do it, so here we are. There we go. It is Luigia. God, this is so, I have no idea how to do, what sort of body do these creatures have? I don't know. I honestly, I haven't encountered this Pokemon. I have no idea what its deal will be, but I know that they're kind of like, I don't know, imposing and weird. So, gonna give it sort of a funky tail, and then, do I want to give it wings? I might give it, should I give it wings? I don't know. It's gonna have little plap plaps. It's gonna have little plap plap feet. And a weird tail. And then oh geez, how am I gonna do this? Oh, beans. Okay. I think I'm gonna give it weird, like, bird wing arms, kind of. Because I can. And maybe some spines for funsies. But also, it's wearing dungarees. Because it's Luigia. How does the tail fit into the dungarees? I don't know. It's wearing dungarees. And this is terrifying and so bad. Oh my goodness. And it is like, this little creature is judging you so hard right now. It's just like, you want to fight me? You want to bet? Okay then. I'm gonna probably kick your butt, because they do that. Sup, Mother Flipper, says Sledge. Hey, darling. Hello, welcome on in. It's lovely to see you. Welcome. Hello. Felipe says they always get me with their promotions unless I'm too broke for it. Oh my god, every time it's like, hey, 20% off all gouache. And I'm like, do I need any gouache? The answer is no, I do not need any gouache. But do I want them? Yup. I very much do. Tower duo, more like the Tower Brothers. Hell yeah. Indigo, I don't know what that means, but okay. Did I miss something? Just draw something Samantha would find cool. Oh no, I should have drawn some Star Trek and a horse. Well, that's terrible drawing time because I don't know what else to do with Luigia, but this is Lugia. He's got a mustache because it's Luigi. This is so cursed. I do not know what the actual Lugia is going to look like, but I bet it's not going to look like this absolute gosh damn abomination. Let me just pull up some pictures of Lugia so we can do a little compare and contrast. And the answer is, oh wow, I wasn't that far off. I was extremely far off. Let me try and actually get a nice big picture so we can have a look at both of them. Okay, so this is Lugia, and hopefully this will work. Will it No! Damn it! Okay, hold up. You're gonna have to look at my Instagram for a minute. This is my Instagram, by the way. My most recently posted painting was this one! Yay! I tried my best. Yeah, someone commented and said that they'd mistaken it for the characters from Harry Potter, which made me feel some kind of way because I have not and will not do fan art for that franchise. But hey, at least they thought it was a good painting, I guess. Anyways, this is definitely exactly what Lugia looks like. Just a little menacing, like, lizard cat with wings and a mustache. So, Fooey Flora, hello, welcome in. How are you doing? It's lovely to see you. Welcome, welcome. I wholeheartedly agree, Sledge. Fuck him indeed. This is Lugia. And I would not have been able to guess that that's what it looked like. Because the name gave me nothing to go off of. Not J.K. Simmons, just to be clear, says Sledge. Yeah, as far as I know, J.K. Simmons is a fine, upstanding person, and we like him, but not the bad one. You know the bad one. We're not a fan. Anyway, this is the actual Lugia, and I can only apologize to Lugia. I guess, I got the tail. And there are kind of spines on its back, but they're not really spines. I'm not sure what they are. They kind of look like little flaps. They have little flaps. Okay, my favorite thing about Lugia, I gotta say. My favorite thing about Lugia is the fact that Lugia appears to have 2 teeth just on the bottom. They just have 2 little teeth on the bottom row, which is incredibly cute. They're Go Faster Flaps, says Samantha. Oh my god, I love that so much. Go Faster Flaps is an amazing feature, and I honestly think that they're very cute. So that's the actual Lugia. This is terrible Lugia, and I'm really sorry. Oh good, my camera stopped updating. Oh, there we go. It's just sometimes there's a weird momentary delay between what's actually happening in real life and the camera feed, which is honestly freaks me out every time I notice it, but never mind. I'll save up for my favorite legendary now, says Indigo. Oh boy. Oh, biddle boy, I'll try my best, but I make no promises. Not terrible, Lugia. Lugia. Lugia is good Lugia, and mine is terrible Lugia. It's also Luigia, because it's wearing dungarees and it has a mustache. I met Luigi once. I was at one of those game events. I think it was EGX. I think it was EGX where I met Luigi, which was very fun. It was very nice. I got a selfie with him. He was very friendly. Anyways, but yeah, I told him I was a big fan. It was EGX. Thank you, darling. But yeah. Although always demanding pictures of Spider-Man, which is odd when he's doing other roles, and that's J.K. Simmons. No, you didn't, says Sledge. What? Oh, do you mean... Oh, okay, sorry. It wasn't a selfie with Luigi. It was a photo that my husband took. Is that what you meant? I do apologize for the miswording. Selfie assumes you took the photo, which isn't true. Okay. That is a very fair and appropriate, actually. Credit where credit's due. The photo was taken by Switch user Sledge Callier, who is a very skilled photographer in his own right, and should feel very proud of his photographic achievements, such as taking a photo of his partner Meeting Luigi at a games expo. Oh no, Lunar says, wait, I missed Lugia. Can we go back? I swapped from PS4 to laptop and I want to see. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. You know, listen, they can't all be the best thing I've ever drawn. Like, I feel like that was honestly a pretty accurate Chilchuck, considering I've never seen Dungeon Meshi. I had never seen Lugia in my whole life. Therefore, that's the Waluigi to the Luigi of Lugia, says Mochaccino. Okay, you know what? Thank you. I appreciate that. Was so worth it, says Lunar. Oh my god, really? Really? Are you sure? Good lord. Okay, I'm debating what kind of texture I want to put in this hill. And I think, honestly, I think I'm just going to line it with just a butt ton of trees. I think I'm just going to put a ton of trees on it. And in order to do trees at this size, they're just kind of going to be little blobs. And I might add some little trunky details to little blobs here and there. And I will come in with some other slightly different shades of green for the little blobbies. But for now, just little blobbits of tree up on this hill, as you do. Okay. Because why? Because to be honest, I really don't like the way that this hill looks just in and of itself. The texture, I feel like the texture actually looks nicer on camera than it does IRL. But it's very... The color separation actually kind of hurts my eyes a little bit. So I just wanna kind of deepen it down a little bit. Anyways, Sledge has posted a picture, I think. I don't know if I'll be able to get this to load. Because Discord sometimes breaks things. But I'll try. Hello? Oh, no, it wants me to... Great, it wants me to sign in. Because it defaults to opening in a browser that isn't the browser that I use to look at Discord. Hold up. What is my mod posting in chat? Perchance. Let me look. It's... Who's that Pokemon? It's not loading. Oh, good. Is the stream still working? Oh, yay! He posted the photo of me meeting Luigi. Well, let's just... In case anyone wants to see, I will get that up on stream. Thank you so much, Sledge, my dearest darling. Lunar says the sexiest pick. Woohoo! Well, it does have Luigi in it, so what do you expect? Anyways, I have no idea why I have such a just massively heavy bag of stuff. I don't think I bought anything at this event. I have no idea what I'm carrying around with me, but ignore my overburdened Waitrose bag and just appreciate the fact that I met Luigi and he was really nice. And he's taller in person. He's even taller in person than you would think. But that being said, I am also very short. I'm only 5 feet tall. So there you go. Fuyu says, I just followed you on Twitter. You have some gorgeous art. Oh, thank you so much. That's incredibly kind. Oh, I'm doing heart hands under the camera and you can't see it. So there you go. Thank you so much. It's very, very, very kind of you to say. Thank you for the follow as well. Snacks says Sledge. Oh my god, you're right. It was probably snacks. It was early in the event, so probably not merch. I don't think I really bought merch at that event. Really. I think I might have gotten some free swag, but again, that was fairly early on, so I don't think it was free swag. Maybe I just put my entire purse inside that bag. That's why it looks so heavy. Anyways, you're a full head shorter than Luigi, says Indigo. I mean, we shouldn't be surprised by this. I am only 5 feet tall. But yes, Mochaccino says unedged pack. Yes, it was an interesting design choice. That was from when Waitrose they piloted having like not not no zero waste, but like lower waste shops where the most of the fruit and vegetables didn't have packaging. And personally, I hecking loved that, and I was really sad when they were just like, okay, that pilot's over, and then just kind of abandoned it, because it was great. You know, there was honestly no detriment to buying like a paper punnet of berries or peaches or whatever, and it was nicer. And also, I don't want all of the like cello bags that like courgettes come in and stuff. It just feels so wasteful. Anyways, that's where that bag came from, because we went to like quite close to the opening of the shop where they were. We specifically traveled to a Waitrose that was doing the pilot to like experience it, and we were like, this is great. And we fed back to them, this is great, you should keep doing this and do it in all of your stores. And then they didn't. Anyways, Mochaccino says, well, thank you, Twitch. That's not how I formatted that text. Twitch! Boo earns. Anyways, shit signal, so see you in a short while. Thank you so much, Sledge, my dearest darling. I hope you have a lovely journey home. Mochaccino says, don't you love when stores sell individual oranges in plastic containers? Ugh! What is the point? What is the point of that? Genuinely, what is the point? I don't get it. I don't like it. I think some degree of like zero wastage can be kind of a harder sell for a lot of just like average British shoppers, because I think most of us at this point, because they don't offer free carrier bags in shops and haven't for years and years. I think most people are used to having to bring a bag with them, or recognizing that they're going to have to shell out an annoying amount of money for a bag for life. But in order to buy some stuff as like some produce and stuff, I think in sort of a zero waste kind of way, like if you're buying, say, 500 grams of potatoes, you don't necessarily want to just put all of those potatoes loose in your trolley. So for a while they were selling these like reusable produce bags that you could put your fruits and vegetables into. But then if you're doing a big shop with like a variety of ingredients, how many of these are you going to need? And, are you going to bring all of those kind of thing? And what if you forget them? Then you're kind of stuffed. And so I think maybe that was somewhat of a harder sell for people than other stuff, but I don't know. I wish we could just get used to it and do it more, because people got used to not being able to, not having just like the little crappy carrier bags in shops, and have adjusted to this absolutely fine. They could certainly conceivably adjust to other stuff as well, but hey, what do I know? I think that, the thing about like carrier bags and getting rid of the little single-use carrier bags, but they weren't single-use, because I always reused them until they died. When I was living alone, because like I was living alone and I was living in a flat that was part of a block of flats where actually my home was pretty far from like the bins. And so getting my garbage down to the bins to throw away was kind of faffy and quite effortful, really. And as such, instead of buying bin bags, I just used like on their way out supermarket carrier bags. But you can't really do that with bags for life, but you could with like the old style bags. I would just use those as bin bags, and it was great, because like as a single person I wasn't making that much rubbish, so having like a big bin bag felt wasteful anyways. Can't do that anymore because they don't have those bags, which from an environmental standpoint probably better, but it always kind of makes me wonder if that's another one of those things where it kind of is almost like fixating on a singular point of environmental strife kind of ends up obfuscating the wider issue as a whole, and things that are probably in the grand scheme of things more impactful, but also involve making changes to like major business infrastructures that major businesses don't want to. Which, I mean, that's the thing. It is, again, I think it points back to, and it comes back to, you know, environmental change. Does it come from, like, the consumer making extra little changes, like using a bag for life when they go to the supermarket instead of getting a new one? Or, does it come from, like, major structural changes, like supermarkets fully abandoning plastic packaging and, you know, companies shifting towards more renewable energy sources and yada yada yada. Anyways, Malcachino says, yes, I did the same thing. It was, again, it's making I think it's genuinely untrue that like most people when they got those like disposable plastic carrier bags probably were reusing them in some way. Like, I know my parents always had like a bag of bags in their kitchen, and they would fold up those bags and they would take them back to the shop and they would reuse the bags as many times as they could. And it's only when you've having to make like an impromptu trip to the supermarket at the end of the work day that you might have to pick up a bag because you weren't expecting to do a shop. Anyways, I've been thinking, sorry to kind of wander off into a completely different train of conversation, but I have been thinking that when I'm done with this piece, I think I want to finally make use of those duochrome paints that we like tested out like a month or two ago. Indigo says, my mom always has a bag in her backpack. We're always ready for shopping. I always have at least one, reusable, like, fabric bag inside, like, folded up inside my purse. I'm actually gonna need to get some new ones soon because I've had these for probably about 9 or 10 years and they're starting to develop holes. And I resent this because the price of these things has gone up. Because I think when I bought it was about £3. And they're definitely more than that now. We have some lovely cloth bags, but those are harder to actually get inside my purse if I'm like gonna be picking up groceries after work or something like that, as opposed to like a purpose-built we are going out to shop kind of day. Anyways, but let me catch up with chat. The bag of bags under the sink is universal, says Mochaccino. Yes, absolutely. My parents-in-law have it. My partner and I have the bag of bags. I mean, the bag of bags is a bag of bags for life. Which is terrible, because you have to pay for those, and they are significantly more, what's the word I'm looking for? More, robust. But we've been in enough circumstances where we both carry 2 bags to the supermarket with us, or we have 2 bags on our person, sort of, and when we go to do grocery shopping on the way home from like our day jobs or whatever. But then, oh no, we underestimated how many groceries we needed to buy this week. We need an additional bag. Guess we got to get another one, and the number of bags increases and increases and increases. Lunar says, I have fabric bags for shopping because the remaining plastic ones under the sink are for containing my hair while it is bleaching. Yes! Oh my god! What are you supposed to do with your hair while it is bleaching if you run out of those plastic carrier bags? Because I used to do that. I haven't colored my hair in a while. I'm kind of letting it just go a bit salt and pepper now. I used to be very sort of frequently purple. As per the me in my emotes. But in actual fact, I have become much more salt and pepper. But I think it's fun to keep being purple, so I'm still being purple, such as this. Anyways, die, says Lunar. I'm just going to die and accidentally bleach everything. No, please, Lunar, please try not to die. I love you. Please. We have a tower of bag of bags, says Indigo. Oh my god, that is such a mood. The bag of bags is on the back of the kitchen door. And it is like avalanching out of the bag of bags. Like, bags will just fall out of it onto the floor because it is so jam-packed with bags. But yeah, I honestly, if I decided to do like a full head bleach again of my hair, which I'm probably not going to at this point, my aim is basically just to kind of let it go as gray as it's gonna, and then try and dye the grays purple. Because I think that'll be really fun. This looks weird, but let's trust the process. Please. Please trust the process. I'm telling this to myself as much as anything. Just trying to get some little irregular treetop shapes here and there. Anyways, but yeah, if you've ever bleached or dyed like your hair, you know that that has to sit on your hair for like a reasonable period of time. You want it to be protected while you're doing it so that, you know, the dye stays where it's supposed to be, but also you want the dye to not get on everything, especially if it's like a permanent dye. That's just gonna be potentially maroon stains on your mom's bathroom floor. Don't ask me how I know that. But there isn't really, unless you get a shower cap or something, and no. I honestly don't think a shower cap would be as good as just taking one of those plastic carrier bags, flipping it onto your head. I always kind of tie it in front so it stays nice and secure on there. There isn't really a good alternative to that. There really isn't. So here we are. Anyways. Then there's the... Oh, they do have... So my supermarket does have those, those plastic bags that you can get that you to put fruits and vegetables in. But they are like compostable bags, so they're not made out of plastic because they biodegrade. But I don't actually know how quickly they biodegrade and under what circumstances. We don't have a garden where I live because we live on a first floor, so I am unable to compost, which is very, very sad to me. There is technically in the sort of shared bin area of my location of residence, selection of buildings, there is like a food waste bin, but it's tiny. It's tiny and terrifying because it's always gross. Anyways, my moderator / spouse is home, so I'm gonna go quickly say hello to him. I'll be back in just a second, chat. You're all breathtaking. Hey, sunshine. Welcome home. This post is for me. They literally threw it at the front door and ran away. Pizza tonight and blueberries. And I love you. I'm not putting blueberries on the pizza. No, that's disgusting. Please no. Yeah. Oh yeah, you've got a crunchy in the fridge, babe. Hell yeah, give me that. So the thingies.
Malt bread.
Oh, okay. Anyways, I love you. Get some rest. Hey everybody, I'm back. Anyways, as you heard, moderator / spouse, Twitch user / Callier is home. Yay! And we're very happy because we love him. Or at least I can't speak for all of chat, but I certainly do. He's a very special guy. And I love him with my whole heart. Anyways, sorry to be an absolute sap, but here we are. The little house makes me feel good, says Bambi. I would like to visit. Oh, you know what? I bet that the residents would absolutely love to host you. put the kettle on, make a nice cup of tea or other beverage of your choosing. Maybe some snacks. Could just sit by the fire and just chill. Or go for, it's hard to tell, but there is a swing. There is a swing on the when the line weight is here, you'll be able to see it, but there is a swing on the tree branch. So if you wanted to have a swing on the tree swing, you could certainly do that as well. They've got some laundry hanging out that's going to need to come in soon. Oh, it's going to smell so good. I miss being able to dry my laundry outside. That is such a nice... That is, if I had a situation where I was able to compost, I'd probably also be able to dry my laundry outside, and that would be ideal. That would be living my best life. Honestly, I think, how did I title Monday's stream? I think it was Living Vicariously Through My Paintings, the pipe dream of home ownership. And that is very much... That is very much my pipe dream, is home ownership. Anyways, how's it going, Bambi? It's so nice to see you. Welcome, welcome. Lunar says, I'm indifferent. And then they clarify, to sledge. I want to lay in the grass. That's fair. I think the grass is very soft and comfy. There may be some little wildflowers dotted about. Maybe some... I was wondering if maybe some little wild strawberries in the foreground. Hey, sunshine. So my moderator / spouse has just made the poutiest frowny face I've ever seen in my life, and I'm gonna have to go give them a hug. One moment, please. Darling. I love you. My entire heart. Please take some. Do you have some in there? Okay. Because there's some here as well. Okay. Okay, take care of yourself, sweetheart. I love you so much. Okay, I hope nobody minds, but I just gave my moderator / spouse a big hug and told him I loved him. 'Cause I do. Anyways. I want to finish popping in these little trees. And then probably gonna grab a quick little BRB when that is done. Funky little tree shapes. Here and there. I want to fill in a reasonable amount of this space. Just make it feel very well... These hills are very well populated with trees, I think. It's kind of what I'm aiming for. I was thinking, oh, we're definitely going to finish this today. I don't know if we're going to finish this today. Bambi says it's important to tell people you love them, otherwise how would they know for sure? Exactly! Exactly. I completely agree, Bambi. I totally agree. I very much believe in sort of the speech act of telling someone you love them. I don't think... I honestly don't think that, no, you know, like, it's implicit in sort of the things we... Is it, though? Is it necessarily? I think for some people they feel like it is. There are some people who, like, resolutely will not say I love you as, like, a statement to their partners or loved ones. And I don't know why. Maybe it's just such a, you know, maybe their emotions overwhelm them, and so they find that they have to kind of keep it in check. I don't know. That's entirely your personal bag, I guess, if 'tis. But 'tisn't for me. I need to say it. I need to say it a lot. I need to make sure that people know things. My memory is garbage. So you do have to remind me of things. And so I find it important to also remind others. And I think it's just nice. I think it's just nice. Feels good. You know, I do try and, like, I do try and show love as well as tell. Because I think it's a combination of the both, really. you know, doing nice things for people and that kind of thing as well. But also the telling is important as well. Oh, Bambi says, I love you, Sammy. You bring me joy and you're doing wonderful. No, I love you too. Thank you. I always think that I'm going to be on my deathbed thinking I said I love you too much. No, no such thing. It's a nice thing to say to people. Lunar says, I'm still learning to tell love because my show is not always a language people understand. That is, yeah, also a relatable. I think it's, I don't know what I think. My train of thought got away from me and I genuinely don't know what I was about to say. Oh no. But anyways, I am feeling the love in this Twitch chat tonight. You're all breathtaking. This is mint tea, by the way, in case anyone's curious. I had a lovely coffee earlier, and now I'm having a mint tea because I don't want to overburden myself with too much caffeine, and I am probably going to have a little coffee after stream. So, in the meantime, I'm just going to grab a super quick BRB, so I hope you enjoy the BRB screen in the meantime, which I will remember. I almost forgot to put up the BRB screen just now, but I'll be back in, like, literally a minute. Take this as an opportunity to do some things to show love to yourself, like grab a beverage if you haven't hydrated in a while. If you are supposed to have taken medications by now and you haven't taken them yet, now is your sign to do it. If you've been sitting in a weird position for a while, give yourself a little bit of stretch, lengthen that spine, take a deep breath, just flex those muscles just a little bit. You'll feel better. And or don't listen to me because I'm not the boss of you. And you don't have to. But if you want to, you can. These are all suggestions. And yeah, I'll be back in a minute. You're all breathtaking. Enjoy the BRB song. Yeah, yep. Alright, sweet friends, I'm back. Please say farewell to the BRB song. And hello to the artwork. I'm back. Hi. I remembered another thing that I wanted to mention. Because I feel like this is an important thing that my British resident friends might want to know about this. And that is that if you prefer a superior chocolate biscuit experience, let me tell you, Waitrose now sells Tim Tams. You're welcome. British resident friends, I'm one of those, says Samantha. Hi, Samantha. Waitrose now sells Tim Tams in classic chocolate Tim Tam flavor and also creamy caramel. Very exciting times. We picked up a pack yesterday. I don't know how long that's going to be the case, but oh, biddle boy, this is dangerous knowledge because I don't know. They're just the best. And yeah, Samantha says, are they better than penguins? I don't know if this is going to get me excommunicated from the country, but I genuinely do like Tim Tams better than penguins. I'm so sorry. Anyways, Evan AP, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome on in. Hope you're having a lovely Thursday. It's lovely to see you, and thank you so much for the follow. This is very much appreciated. Thank you. But yeah. Anyway, so yes, you can now buy Tim Tams in supermarkets that are local to my region of the country. That's fine, you're allowed to say that and not be excommunicated, says Samantha, thank you. Disliking bourbons would, however, subject you to banishment. Oh no, I love a good bourbon biscuit. I absolutely love a good bourbon biscuit. I'm very happy with that. Love a bourbon biscuit, love a custard cream, love a, honestly, I love just a classic rich tea biscuit. I think they're a nice texture. Evan says, hi, thanks for the info. Of course, I'm very happy to spread this information. It is very important. And I think it deserves to be known. Anyways, but yes, I love a bourbon biscuit. I love a... Oh man, I love specifically the Jammy Dodger type biscuits that also have cream. Yes. I mean, a Jammy Dodger is good, but the Jammy Dodger type biscuits that also have the cream in them, the best. Just a superlative biscuit experience, if ever there was one. I'm adding a little bit of yellow to this green to make just some trees that are a slightly different shade of green. I'm not sure there's a Waitrose anywhere near me. I suspect Scotland might have outlawed them. Says Samantha. I believe Waitrose is by and large more of a southern thing. I remember there being like a small Waitrose in central Manchester. But in general, you don't really see a lot of Waitroses, I would say, sort of above, like... I don't know. Waitrose distribution seems to be more prevalent sort of in the more southern bits of the country, in my limited personal experience. I'm trying to think if there was a Waitrose in, like, Birmingham area? I can't remember. I'm gonna look up Waitrose locations. So I can tell you. This means nothing to anyone who's here who's not based in the UK and potentially also doesn't care about supermarkets. Evan wants to know where I am from. Oh, fun question. So I live in Oxfordshire in the United Kingdom in England. But I was born in Canada and I've been living here for just over about 11 years. And now you know. All right. Well, there's a ton of Waitroses in London, unsurprisingly, because London's very large, and that's where it's decided to localize me. And now, well, I broke the map, so I guess we'll never find out. Oh, there we go. All right. Wow, that is very... Is it only showing me Waitroses in London? It sort of is, because it's not showing me my local Waitrose. That's bizarre. Because I'm sure there's one in Reading, and it doesn't think that there is. Never mind, that doesn't work. Maybe if I go to the Waitrose website, it will show me where all of the Waitroses are. This is such a... Too much of a Tory store for Scott. Hey, no, stop it. That's where I do my grocery shop. That's where I do my grocery shop, Samantha, and you know I would never. And indeed, my my locality in terms of its like representative MPs in my city of residence is very non-Tory. It's very red and orange. Which, for anyone who isn't familiar with the United Kingdom, those are the better political colors of the political parties all have their own color for the most part. And the better ones, even though blue is pretty, the better ones are not blue. Blue is a pretty color, and it's not fair that a bad party that I don't endorse has it. I say better, says Samantha. I say better because, oh, biddle boy. Not to get too heavily into politics on stream, but, as much as I'm broadly happy that our last election went the way it did, that is not to say that there are not some things that I'm very angry with our current government about, and their plans, which, it takes a lot for me to actually write to my MP, but I did. So there you go. Samantha says, current Labour are better than the Tories, mostly by virtue of just how bad the Tories have become. Exactly. It's kind of all shifted into not good, just not good. Anyways, so, sometimes is improvement, but still bad. Anyways. Oh, unsurprisingly, sorry, they won't let me just see a map of all of the Waitrose shops, which is really annoying, but, in terms of, like, more northern Waitroses, there is unsurprisingly a Waitrose in Altrincham, which is, in the greater Manchester area, and, I would say is a nice sort of peripheral community. And when I say nice, I mean expensive. Peripheral community of the greater Manchester area. They did used to have, I used to go to Altrincham on whichever day it was that they ran their market, though, because Altrincham Market absolutely rocked. I don't know whether or not they still have a market, and I don't know whether or not the market is still good, but damn, like when I was living there, like Alti Market was rad as heck. I miss that market. I do have like a local neighborhood market now that's more just sort of, it's mostly food, and then sometimes there will be like a table of someone selling like handmade somethings, but it's mostly food. But we'll get like vegetables and occasionally a little wedge of cheese. And oh man, there is this one stall at our market that does they do Greek food, and they always have a grill, so they're doing like souvlaki and stuff on the grill, and the grill smells so good. And their booth is set up there right outside the entrance to Boots Pharmacy. And on the weekends is usually when we have the chance to go to the pharmacy and like pick up medicines and stuff that we need from the pharmacy. And wow. I feel for the people who work in that pharmacy, because for most of the day on Saturday, they're just having to deal with the most delicious food smells while they're having to sit inside and not eat the delicious food that smells really good all day. And that's got to be mildly torturous for them, I am sure, because damn, it smells so good. Anyways, I can creep the Waitrose selections online, says Lunar, and heck indeed. I do have qualms with our local supermarket, because they keep getting rid of things in stock that that we really like. We discover something that we really, really like. We start buying it on the regular. You know, it's great. It's a fantastic situation. And then they get rid of it. I just got a bogus text message about a delivery that could not be delivered due to damage to the outer package. Address had been I had a package delivered earlier today, and it was absolutely fine. I'm not expecting anything else. So you, random number, can get... Okay, I just need to read the URL to you. Okay, so Every is the name of a, like, courier company in the UK. But the URL that they've given for please update your address information and give us all your credit card numbers, and if one of them is lucky, we'll send you a prize, is everyclothing.lol/UK. It's like, I'm sorry, how stupid do you think I am? That literally your URL ends in .lol, and I'm gonna be like, yeah, that sounds legit. Like, get in the freaking bin. Report junk. Go away. That was so funny. But also, like, no. It's like, screw you. Oh my god. Anyways, Waitrose has some yummy baked goods. I agree. Though the last, like, week or so, they haven't had our preferred bread rolls. Again, I am concerned. Because you would think that the bread rolls would be restocked on the daily. And I know that those bread rolls are very popular. So I hope they're not getting rid of the good bread rolls. How dare, says Samantha. I agree. How dare indeed. How very dare. The one thing that I feel like is missing from our local Waitrose is those... One of my favorite things about supermarkets in the UK is the supermarket bakeries, like, super inexpensive bags of 5 fresh bakery donuts. I don't know how much it costs now, but I remember you used to be able to... It was under £1, and you would get 5 sugared ring donuts, and those are so good. For the price, it is ridiculous that they are as good as they are. It is possible the frozen baps didn't get delivered, says Samantha, assuming that they are fresh sort that get baked in store. I think they are, because the supermarket, like a lot of the larger supermarkets here, they don't necessarily have a full in-store bakery where people are like kneading dough and, you know, like shaping loaves and that kind of thing. But they basically just have like some ovens and they get like frozen, you know, unbaked or part baked rolls and that kind of thing. And and they'll just pop those into the oven, finish them nicely, and then put them out for sale. The croissants, so good. Anyways, Lunar says, I'm crying at the plant-based selection, just crying. Canada, please. Oh my god, seriously. There's some very good plant-based stuff in this country, Lunar, and I wish I could like mail it to you, but I don't think it would work. But like, damn, there's some very good plant-based stuff in this country, and I'm very, very grateful for that. Corn Swedish meatballs in like a pasta situation, amazing. Corn Swedish meatballs in a Swedish meatball dinner situation with like mashed potatoes and gravy and some pickled cucumbers and lingonberry sauce. Oh, so good. So good. I didn't have that much of a chance to like peruse the plant-based selection when I was last in Canada. But I am gonna go out on a limb and suspect that it is in some ways less good. Though it is nice to see the poutine places that do a vegan option. Not that I am vegan, I do have dairy and eggs, but it's just nice to see. I feel like the state of vegan cheeses has improved greatly in the last few years, which is wonderful. Especially as I am lactose intolerant, so really I should potentially be relying more often on vegan cheeses than I do. Jam donuts, the jam donut emote, says Samantha. Yes, indeed. Delicious, delicious jam donuts. Samantha says British supermarkets in general are pretty good on vegetarian / vegan options. There was oh boy. I only got it once, but there is a vegan pastrami. Nice, super thin slices that they have at my local supermarché. And when I tell you, it is so nice. Like, if you just eat like a chunk of it in and of itself without being in the context of a whole bunch of slices of it stacked up in a sandwich, you can tell that it is not actual pastrami, because of course you can. But like, if you were to tell like 20-something me that, you know, in 15 to 20 years time you are going to be able to eat meat-free charcuterie that actually tastes kind of good, I would have been like, yeah, whatever. What sort of scam are you? This sounds fake, but okay. And it turns out that actually, yeah, you can. And it's great. I really thought I was going to finish this painting today. I don't think I'm going to finish this painting today. But yeah, Samantha's right. British supermarkets are in general pretty good. Yesterday, was it yesterday or the day before? No, it was yesterday, I think, that my moderator / spouse had found now this is actually surprisingly hard to find. And it is a very specific, like, plant-based meat type sandwich slice. It is specifically the corn, turkey, and stuffing slice, which, because it's got like the stuffing element in it as well, it's got like herbs and it's got a really nice flavor just all together, and it makes such a good sandwich. But it is actually kind of a niche flavor, so it is harder to find than the standard sort of like, you know, fake ham slices or what have you. But he found it! He found it in a supermarket in our city, and I was so excited that for dinner we just had ersatz turkey sandwiches with you know, some like lettuce and tomato and a good good slathering of butter style spread. It was so good. It was so good. Silly, yes, but there we are. Okay, this is drying out, so let's moisten you down a little bit, please. There we go. Fabulous. This is not looking enough like trees. I think I am gonna have to pop in some little tree trunks. To be fair, I'm in Western Canada, says Lunar. What one would call yeehaw land, so meat is still king here. Oh yeah, I mean presumably, I don't actually know, but I'm gonna go out on a limb and assume that there are a reasonable amount of farmland out there, and to that end, probably some of them are meat farms. So to that end, it's kind of unsurprising, but also kind of sad. Just for variety's sake, obviously, you know. Like if you want to enjoy meat food, that's whatever. Do whatever you feel like. But for me personally, I don't like to, and so I do not. Yeah, so far this just kind of looks like a hill full of little doots. So I'm gonna see if I can add some tree trunks to some of these trees so they look a little bit more like trees. Samantha says, "Does Canada Yeehaw Land also come with horses you can ride?" Asking for a friend. I think there are some horses in Canada Yeehaw Land. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure somewhere out there may be a horse or two. I don't know how many, and I don't know how many of them are looking for new friends, but I'm sure your friend is an amazing person and any horse would absolutely want to hang out with them. If they're a friend of yours, they're probably pretty cool. Because I reckon you've got pretty good taste in friends. Anyways. So many cow noses! Cow noses! I mean, oh, I love a moo cow. They're so stinking cute. Lunar says, such good boys and girls. It does mean I have the privilege of choosing a cow and collect the meats once it expires. I mean, also, yeah. Also, yeah, but oh, goodness gracious. You know, I think cows are so heckin' cute. I wish I had when I was visiting this park that I think is near where a friend of mine was living at the time up north. And there was next to the park was like this big field, and in the field were some cows, and there was one cow like right next to the fence where it like met up against the park, and there was this beautiful Highland coo with the beautiful like sort of if you're familiar with the Highland cow and their like emo hair. It was the most emo cow I'd ever seen in my entire life, and they were so pretty. And I took an amazing photo of this emo cow, and I'm pretty sure that photo is lost to the ages, because I'm pretty sure that it was saved on a phone that had subsequently gotten stolen. And I don't think I had transferred the photo to anywhere else, so boo! But at least I have memories of the emo cow, so there you go. Anyways. You know, it's interesting. I was talking about this yesterday about how my memory is not great, and so oftentimes, like, I like taking photos of things not just because, you know, sort of for artistic purposes, though I do take photos for artistic purposes as well, but also because it helps me remember stuff. But also, I think the act of, like, physically doing a thing in order to cement a memory in my brain also makes me remember better. In the same way that I need to, like, physically handwrite, when I was a student at university, I needed to, like, physically handwrite my notes, or I would not remember anything. But likewise, I think just the act of actually, like, doing something deliberately to create a memory inside my head actually makes me remember things better. Even if I rarely, if ever, actually look at the photo, I remember that I took a photo at that point, and it made the memory form better. I don't know if that's weird, but there we are. Anyways, Fiskerson, hello, welcome in. How are you doing? Love to see you. Welcome. Emo cows sound cute. Let me see if I can find you a photo. the kind of moo cow that I'm thinking of. I can't show you my photo because I don't have it anymore, but they're so stinking cute. Aw, hey country file. Let me get a larger version of this in a tab. Okay. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Look at this face. You can't see this face. I'm going to show you this face in just a second. Prepare yourselves for this face. Fiskarson says, on a food break, just chilling. Aw, thank you very much for chilling with us. I really appreciate it. This is a Highland cow. Get a load of this absolute friend. Look at that emo hairdo. Somebody is very much enjoying a certain aesthetic / genre of music, if I had to guess, based on their hair. But I just beautiful, says Fiskarson. I agree completely. I think they are so cute. It just makes me so happy. And they are beautiful. That like wonderful, and their very shaggy fur is this wonderful shade of brown as well, which is really, really beautiful. They're just amazing creatures. They really are just amazing creatures. I'm definitely not biased because I also have a hang on. I play Animal Crossing, and one of my villagers is in fact a Highland cow. His name is Angus. And his catchphrase is "Muckmoo," which is so cute. I love him so much. And he is an absolute sweetheart, and he looks like this. Hold on, let me pull it up. Sorry, this is a little bit pixelated, but it's the best I can do. Anyways, this is Angus. His catchphrase is "Muckmoo," and he is just the loveliest. Absolutely loveliest little buddy. He's so cute. Fluffy cows are the bestest, says Lunar. I love them so much. Samantha says, my sibling and spouse used to have a picture of such a cow on their wall. They called it Boris. Oh, bless. This is back in the day when Have I Got News for You was reinventing his image as a lovable buffoon before he buffooned his way back into government, and we all hate him now. But yeah, bless. Nevertheless, the Highland cow, a very lovely creature. I don't want to give too much away while I'm working on it. But I'm working on a story right now in which one of the characters has a plush Highland cow who is their friend, and his name is Fergus, and he's a very sweet little moo cow. Anyways, I'm not sure how I feel about this section of trees. I might need to just add even more tree flavored doots to make it feel, maybe this hill is not dense enough with trees. I don't know. Maybe I just really need to like ramp up the density of trees out here. Because I'm still not 100% feeling it. I do think that it looks better now that it's not just like a solid block of weird color shift. But I'm still not 100% convinced how I feel about it. So, gonna add some more little tree trunk doots. Little tree trunks. And then possibly go in and add some more trees. Or maybe do something else and then come back and see whether or not I want to add more trees later. I don't know. I'm feeling very indecisive today. Programming note, we're playing Hollow Knight tomorrow. So that's a fun to look forward to, I hope. I really want to do a Celeste stream at some point. Where I attempt the Celeste DLC. Which I played through Celeste a couple of years ago, and I absolutely loved it. And I never did the DLC because the DLC sounded too hard. And at the time, Celeste was very, very... I still think that Celeste is hard, but I was like, okay, this is hard, and the DLC is even harder. I don't think I'm ready for it. I feel like maybe I'm closer to being ready for it at this point, so I want to at least give it a go, and if I'm just terrible at it, we'll just, I don't know, do something else, but it might be fun. You also do gaming, asked Miss Carson? Yes, I do cozy game streams on Fridays, and very occasionally on Sundays as well. We're playing some Hollow Knight tomorrow. I started a new save a little while back just to get the neglect achievement, just to see whether or not the Pantheons are any more or less difficult if Zote is not there. I don't know if any of this means anything to you if you're not familiar with the game Hollow Knight. But just to say, it's a cozy time. We have fun there. I'm by no means like an expert at video game. I'm just vibing and having a good time. But it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun, and we just kind of we chat and we have a nice time, and that's all. it's fun. But yes, I also do gaming. Cozy art streams on Mondays and Thursdays, and cozy game streams on Fridays, and very rarely on Sundays as well. When I'm feeling, I don't know, spicy. And by spicy, I mean I think the last thing that we streamed on a Sunday was the Moomin game. What was it? Oh, Snufkin Melody of Moomin Valley is the name of it, which is very, very fun. Anyways, yeah. Let me catch up with chat here. Samantha says, I just gave up on the Celeste DLC. It was just not fun for me. That's fair. And sometimes if you're just not enjoying a game, it's okay to give up. I famously gave up on Undertale in the middle of a stream, attempting to do the final boss fight of the game. And I was like, I'm super bad at this and I'm not enjoying it. And then I think we played Stardew Valley for the rest of the stream. I think I gave it about 30 minutes and I was like, I don't like this. Let's do something else. So we just did. I quite enjoyed most of the rest of the game, but just that one bit I was like, no, and so we just didn't. Anyways, Samantha says, too much jump and hope because you have no idea what's ahead and then having to start over and incrementally learn the route. Oh, interesting. I actually don't mind that, I think. I actually don't super mind that in a game, though. The sort of knowing that I'm going to have to do the thing more than once because I'm sort of learning my way through. So maybe I won't mind the Celeste DLC, but we'll see. We'll see. Samantha says, Sammy is lying. They are a very good platformer. You know what they are? They are persistent as heck. That's the difference. They are just ridiculously persistent. They will not stop until we get there. But yeah, I gave up on one of the Undertale bosses. Oof, I feel that, says Lunar. Hey, Mr. Hangman, how's it going? Lovely to see you. Welcome. Samantha says they did a whole Steel Soul. I did beat Steel Soul, and I felt so proud that I clipped it. It was very funny. Anyways, are we talking about Elden Ring, says Mr. Hangman? Oh, I don't think I'm ready for Elden Ring. I do not think I'm ready for Elden Ring at all, Mr. Hangman. Tempting, but I don't think I'm ready. I think I would be terrible at it and have a terrible time. I like watching other people play Elden Ring. That's fun. No! My cameras did. Okay, sorry everyone. We're gonna have to pop on the technical difficulty screen for just a minute. And hopefully I'll be able to sort this out fairly quickly and easily. But let me see. Anyways, I'm on my 9th playthrough of Elden Ring. Damn, that's amazing. Excuse me, camera, says Lunar. I know, right? Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, with the Undertale thing, it was a first time pacifist run boss fight. Yes, thank you. The camera is on strike, says Samantha. Oh no. Let me just, okay, Control-Alt-Delete. Pop into my task manager. I'll just, you can't see any of the things that I'm doing right now, but I'm just going to end task on my Camera Hub app and then reopen it. And that usually is all we need to get it to do the thing. Okay. I'm going to reopen my camera app on my camera, which is my phone. Connected using Wi-Fi? No. No. You need to connect using the USB. or it will be super chuggy and bad. There we go. Okay, we should be back. Fingers crossed, everyone. We're going back in. Hopefully it's all good. Okay. Yay! We did it! Hooray! Oh, thank goodness. I had a hard time getting into Elden Ring, which I was not expecting, says Luna. Interesting. I'm pretty sure, is it Elden Ring? I'm pretty sure that there's someone who does one of the voices in Elden Ring who it turns out is an actor from a TV show that I quite like. So, I'm like, should I play it and just be like, oh, hey, it's that guy? And then absolutely, like, kick his butt and murder him. Oh, no. Anyways. He does play an antagonist in the TV show, so that might be quite satisfying. Anyways, Pisco says, what is stealing cables looks like? What is that stealing the cables? Looks a bit like Crash Bandicoot. Why, that is because on this stream, here's a bit of lore for you. So one of the running segments on this stream is Terrible Drawing Time, which people can redeem for 5,000 channel points. And if they do, I have to draw a character from memory or sight unseen on a terrible drawing canvas. This is our current canvas, and as you can see, it's pretty terrible. Here's my attempt at drawing Captain... I forget what his name is, but the captain little guy and some Pikmin from the Pikmin games, which I've never played, so it was very much kind of a stab in the dark because I'm not allowed to look at references when I draw. And I have 5 minutes to do it. Captain Olimar, thank you everyone, thank you. So one time someone asked me to draw Crash Bandicoot. I have never played a Crash Bandicoot game in my life. And so trying to remember what Crash Bandicoot looks like went a little bit like, like the emote that Samantha has very kindly shared in chat. We do also have an animation of it. And indeed our Amphoraos. Because this is what I came up with for Ampharos. I was just like, that sounds like Amphora! So that's what I drew. Lunar says Ampharos just makes me so happy. I want this specifically to be a Pokemon. I think that would be fun. I was told it was electric and sheep-like, so I gave it some little horns for handles and made it kind of fluffy and gave it some lightning bolts. I don't know, not to toot my own horn, but I think that Mawile is cute, okay? I just think that Mawile is cute. So, this is Mawile, by the way. Anyways, so that's that. It's very fun to do. Samantha says, to be honest, that looks like it would absolutely be in a Pokemon game. Thank you! I am trying to make my projected Pokemon designs look kind of like they could be a Pokemon. I mean, I was given a little bit of background information as to what type of a character, oh god, what's Breloom was. So I tried to draw a kangaroo dinosaur mushroom. And that's what came out, but Ampharos looks like a Pokemon, I feel like. And that could be a Pokemon design. Ampharos is actually the least sheep-like of evolution line. It's certainly some kind of creature. It starts with Mareep, which is literally just a fluffy little sheep friend. Indeed. I think I am vaguely familiar with Mareep, so I know that it looks sheepy. And also Wooloo, which is very much also just a sheep. But also, okay, I don't know if anyone else does this, but when I see like an acronym, even though I know that, you know, like that is an acronym, each of those letters stands for a different word, I read it as though it were a word. And WLW is the acronym to represent any women who love women. So, you know, like lesbians or bi-pan ladies or that, somewhere in that umbrella of being in some way, some flavor of sapphic. And so, and when I see that word written down there, or that acronym written down, I always read it as basically Wooloo. And partly because if you're familiar with the Welsh language, the W actually, instead of making like a W sound most of the time, it makes like an oo sound. It's a vowel actually in Welsh. Welsh is a very different language to English in a lot of the ways that it uses its letters. It's also a very logical language. As long as you know how the letters are pronounced, you know how to read and speak Welsh. Welsh is cool. Anyways, but yes, I 100% read WLW as Wooloo, and so when the Pokemon games came out with a adorable sort of round, very lovely sheep looking Pokemon and named it Wooloo, I was just like, oh, just little sapphic sheep. I love it. So yeah, absolutely. Wooloo are all sapphic, confirmed. 100%, absolutely. Absolutely. They're ladies and they love each other. It's very cute. I'm very familiar with sheepies, says Lunar. I love sheepies so much. Fiscarson, thank you very much for the follow. I very appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. Welcome on in. But yes, indeed. I have a lot of fondness for Mareep, says Samantha. Always had one on my team playing Silver. Oh, bless. Absolutely bless indeed. But yeah, Wooloo because of the name and because of the way that I pronounce the like sapphic acronym. Wooloo are all sapphic. There you go. Yay. Anywho, I'm gonna add some more treely doots. And I'm going to be mildly disappointed in myself that I didn't manage to finish this painting today, because I really thought I was gonna. But initially I just thought I was gonna add in some little like grass texture back here, and I ended up just deciding that actually this is a hill full of trees. And it's far enough away that the trees are quite teeny tiny, actually. But I'm hoping if I kind of fill it in a little bit more fully, that it will look cool and not too super weird. Very much hoping for not too super weird. I don't know. This whole piece is very much sort of an experiment, because this is my first time working with this palette of paints. So I wasn't really sure how things were going to turn out, whether or not I was going to think that they look good, whether or not they do look good. I don't know. But sometimes the process of doing art and making art and being an artist is a lot of just kind of fluff around and find out, you know? It's just, I'm going to see what happens if I mix these two colors together and put it down on this paper. And if it looks bad, I'll just glaze over it with a different color. Like I said at the top of the stream, I wasn't super happy with the way that the sky looked at the end of last time's stream. So on Tuesday, off stream, I just did a very subtle glaze with a bit of violet on top of it to just try and like even out the granularity of it a little bit and make it a slightly more coherent texture. It's still a very textured sky, but kind of in a different way. But yeah, anyways. Samantha says, speaking of Sappho, I need to buy some property on a certain Greek island since they legalized same-sex marriage in Greece. Yay! And quite right, too. Hell yeah. I'm pretty sure it'll make for a very popular destination wedding location for women getting married. Hell yeah. I mean, I am already happily married, and we are not a couple of women, but that would be very cool. I am wondering what we should do for our 10-year wedding anniversary. And the answer is a resounding I don't know. In case anyone's wondering, our 10-year anniversary is on the 7th of February 2025. So if you want to get us anything, you've got a couple months to plan. Lunar says, yay! Hell yeah! Big yay! Hell yeah! Hell yeah, we love to see it. Anyways. But yeah, not sure what we're doing. When is our so we also, because my moderator / spouse and I love each other very much, we also celebrate our half-anniversary, which is coming up in just under 2 weeks, on a week from next Wednesday. And I have zero idea what we're going to do for our half anniversary, because Wednesday is kind of our busiest day of the week. It's when I'm out of the house and you know, they're out of the house, and we do our sort of midweek grocery shop on Wednesdays. There's not a ton of time to do anything super fun, but I want to do something nice. The half anniversary is usually a slightly smaller affair than like the proper anniversary, for which we'll probably maybe go somewhere, like, you know, get a hotel, stay for the night kind of thing. I don't actually know what day of the week our actual, like, anniversary is. I'll have to have a look at that as well. But, this green paint is genuinely crazy. It's just so potent. It is, I think, the most potent pigment that I have out of the set. I'd never used this pigment before, but I needed a pigment specifically that was, like, as sort of mid-range green as I could find. Hey, Aoife, welcome on in! Welcome, welcome. How's it going? Lovely to see you. Welcome, welcome. Hello, hello. But yes, I needed, like, a mid-range green that was not too yellow, not too blue. And this green was the best, but also had, like, a really good light fastness rating, because I don't want to be doing with paints that are not light fast. That just isn't fun to me. I don't want something, if somebody buys an original of mine, which is rare, but you can on my Patreon. And also I do commissions. I am actually, the next piece that I need to work on is going to be a commission. When we're finished with this piece, I left it on the other side of the studio, but I have a commission that I need to work on. So that's what I'm going to be doing tomorrow after stream, is I will be painting that commission. I'm very excited to get to share it when it is done. I think it's going to be cute. I hope. But anyways, my train of thought is gone. My train of thought is so easily derailed. But yeah, anyways, my parents have been, I don't think my parents did anything for theirs, says Lunar. To be fair, my parents have been married for over 30 years. Aww! That's nice, though. Good for them. Thank you, Fiskerson, for your lovely words, on the forest. I'm glad it's starting to look okay. And I'm just gonna check and see what day of the week is my 10-year wedding anniversary, and will we be able to do anything nice? It's a Friday! Oh, damn! Yes, it's a Friday! Nice! Maybe we can do something. Good. Take ourselves out for a nice pub dinner or something. Get some fish and chips, and have my one half serving of alcohol a year. Just have a half pint of a nice cider or something. Which is, I don't really drink the alcohols. It doesn't really agree with me. It's just not really my bag. And actually, as I've gotten older, I've sort of met and befriended and known more people who just don't really drink, which is kind of nice. If you enjoy it, then that's rad. But I don't. So it's nice to be able to be social also in settings where it's easier to not, you know. Anyways. Yay. Man, I thought I mixed up some paint, but apparently I didn't mix up very much. Oh no. Just filling in some of these little spaces. There's a tree just behind that tree. Here. Okay, I think we're gonna fill in this hill and then I'll probably be done. I've never understood the appeal in alcohol. Just makes drinks taste worse and cost more. Indeed. It's one of those things where, like, I feel like most of the alcohol beverages that I've had, it's like, this is delicious? Yes. But, like, it's delicious for what it is and not as delicious as, you know, a chocolate milk or a cup of tea would be. Both of which I think would be my preference. But then again, you know, full respect to people who get into, like, you know, wine tastings or whiskey tastings or whatever it is that you're into tasting. Because I do that with coffee. You know, I'm very into the, like, drinking for tasting notes when I drink coffee and having specialist knowledge of different coffee varieties and all that jazz, as you know, if you've been here for any amount of time where I've been drinking a coffee on stream and I start telling you all about my coffee, you know, I'm kind of into that. And, you know, I know that, like, wine is a similar area of interest for some people. But I've never really been able to, my palate doesn't work for wines the way that it does for coffees. When I taste like a red wine, I'm like, you know, like, I'm like, that's a strong red wine, or that's a somewhat less strong red wine. I have a headache now. That's my experience with wines, you know. Alcohol ain't got nothing on a chalky milk. Oh, my lactose intolerance doesn't love them, but oh boy, does my mouth enjoy the flavor of a good chocolate milk. Good viscosity, good flavor, a little bit of bitterness from the cocoa, the creaminess of the milk, and it's just so good. Anyways, Lunar says, as someone who no longer drinks, I only ever used it to numb pain, so the taste wasn't really the purpose. I feel like that's the case for a lot of folks. And that's, you know, unfortunate. But yeah. Anyways. I think that's very normalized here in the UK in my experience as well. The sort of stress, have gin. That's very much a thing here. I want to do a coffee tasting one day. Oh yes, sometimes some local coffee shops here will do like a cupping session, as they call it, because they pour the coffee into cups and then you taste them. And I'm like, I want to go to a cupping so bad. I think that would be so much fun. Taking my spoons and doing the slurpees and being like, yes, this one does taste more like melon than the other one. The other one had notes of strawberry jam. And this one's got some good, let's say, Biscoff notes to it. Anyways, I love alcohol. Maybe that's just because I'm Finnish. Perchance 'tis. Or maybe you just find it delicious and pleasant. What do you drink? Asks Lunar. I'd love to find something that tastes good for when I'm out with friends. That's one of the things I find really frustrating about not drinking, is when you go out and everyone's having, like, interesting things, and then, like, the non-alcoholic options are, like, Sprite. I'm like, that's boring. I want interesting flavors. Give me something that's got, like, interesting, like, you know, herbal notes and stuff. Like, oh, this Swiss beverage. The Swiss, like, aperitif that's very herbal. I did used to really, really like that, but it's not easy to find. And I wouldn't have it very often if I did. I have like a thing at Christmas, and usually that's about it. Or like a teaspoon of Bailey's in my hot chocolate, I find very yummy. Because I have the sophisticated palate of a 40-year-old. Cupping is an acupuncture / massage thing, and I am dying, says Lunar. Yes, that too, where you put, like, the suction cups to like, relieve muscle tension, I think? Or something like? So it's really funny that is also what they call, like, coffee tastings, or like a cupping session. But it's not a muscle therapy. It's something else. It is standing around with a bunch of people with mullets and beanies, who, you know, are comparing tasting notes on that Rwandan geisha, that has a unique floralness, a little hint of lychee perhaps. Anyways, and a lot of acidity, but in a nice way. Anyways, glass cups, I've done. It's incredible for muscles, says Lunar. Oh, I bet. And you get octopus hug bruises. Okay, that is also very fun. Fiskarsson says, my food table gonna look bland soon. I start keto tomorrow. Exciting and sad at the same time. Oh, man. But here's the thing. think of it as like a voyage of getting to discover new stuff. It's not, make it, if you can make it about what you can and what you want to have within that versus what you are removing, then it's an exciting voyage of adventure and discovery, and that's awesome. And I hope that it goes well for you. I've actually noticed lately that I think I need to stop eating so much bread. Not to go on about it too much, but mostly not for any other reason than the fact that it gives me tummy aches. And I think it doesn't agree with my body, and I think my body is trying to tell me you need to eat less bread because it makes your tummy hurt, okay? Like, please stop. Please no. The trouble is the United Kingdom is like the land of bread. I think in large part, like, most of Northern Europe is the land of bread, because certainly, like, when I think Germany, I think bread as well. When I think I'm going to be in Denmark in about a month's time for a couple of days, and when I think of Denmark, you know what I think of? Oh yeah, open-faced sandwiches. So yeah, it's the land of bread. It is, and it's such an easy snack. Like, it's there, it fills you up, it's satisfying, and so I need to be a little bit strategical about what I have around instead that is as easy and as satisfying, and that's the real challenge, I think, ultimately, is to make sure you still got stuff that's interesting and satisfying and brings you joy if you need to cut down on something else. Otherwise, you're just going to feel deprived. That's yep. Like, for instance, I have some cereal that I brought back from my homeland the last time I was visiting, and I wanted to have it, but I have the lactose intolerance, so I need to be careful with how much milk I have in a day. And so I bought myself the somewhat more expensive, but this is for a treat, carton of lactose-free milk from the supermarket so that I can open my box of proper Canadian Cheerios and eat big bowls of cereal with milk and not feel like I'm going to die. But yeah, anyways. Samantha says, France went around bringing really good bread to all of Europe. Oh, bread. But everything changed when Blackbeard attacked. Samantha. And that's why America never got any good bread. There, there are some good craft artisan bakeries out there in the world, but, like, supermarket bread in the States is not for me. It's interesting. I find a lot of Europeans in general, I think, going to America and trying the bread are like, why is your bread sweet? Like, why is your bread sweet? And it's true, it's, like, kind of sweet. Food break over back to, it says Fiskars. Thank you so much for hanging out, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. We're probably going to be wrapping up fairly soon, because I think I've done as much as I can with this hill for now. I'm going to have to add some texture into this so it doesn't look weird next to that, but we will tackle that another time. But anyways, I am, I'm going to take another sip. I took the lid off my tea so I could take a sip of my tea, and then I didn't actually sip. So I'm going to sip now. So apologize for the sippy noises. Ah. That is a tasty tea. Truly it is. Anyways, I want to do one more thing before we call it for today, though. It's a very important one more thing. And that is I want to clean my brush. But then... I want to come over to the other side of the picture because it's going to bother me until you can actually kind of see this. So I'm going to add it in so you can actually kind of see it. I am pulling in just a little bit of this Mars Black. And to that, I'm going to add a little bit of my mahogany brown. And make a sort of muted, dark brown-ish, color-ish. Because This is important. Doot. Doot. It is very important that you know that this tree has a swing. So I needed to make sure that I just really hammer in a little bit of good definition onto that. And I might actually just get a slightly darker line on that so you can really see. That there is a swing in the tree. Yay! The tree's got a swing now. Oh, I'm so happy. Mars, the famously red planet, has a black named after it. And interestingly, you say that. Okay, here's the other interesting. Mars black is actually quite a light black in my experience. Like it's pretty not the darkest black, right? It's kind of a gray. It's got kind of a, what would you say, sort of a moon gray situation. Hey, Sammy Ann, welcome in. How are you doing? Hello. Here's the thing. Samantha says, I have seen the pirate show. I can make a reference. Hell yeah. Oh, pirate show, my beloved. You'll be shocked. Anyone who's been here for a while might be shocked to know that I really like the pirate program. Anyways, it's certainly no Vanta Black, which... Yep, this is such wonderful granular goodness, says Sammy Ann. Thank you. I want to show you, I am on a paint purchasing hiatus because I have well overextended my budget. I should probably pay down my credit card a bit more before I'm allowed to buy anything else ever. But I did get another paint recently. And I just want to point out, because it has been noted that this color is Mars Black. The color that I bought recently comes in this fancy little box. And it is... I don't know if you can read that, but that says Lunar Red Rock. Now, I don't know about y'all, but when I think of the rocks on Mars, I think red, and when I think of the rocks on the moon, I think gray. So why is this Mars, and this is the moon? Paint makers, explain! Hello? Anyways. So that's my confusion for the day. Like, what? Anyways, this is a nice handy little box for your paint tubes, which is also very nice. I did buy three other little paints at the same time because I want to use these in conjunction with each other. I think it'll be fun. Specifically, I got French Ultramarine, which is a very beautiful color. I got Viridian, which is also a very beautiful color. And then, along with those, I also got Quinacridone Violet. And I think these are going to look so nice together and make some really fun, like, weird landscapes and stuff. So I'm looking forward to doing that. I think that'll be nice. Good times. See what happens when you put them together. Anyways. Can I get these neatly and tidily back in the box? That's another question. Trying to do it now, and like, damn. It's a color named after Mars, the god of iron and metal. So I'd assume that's why it's a duller, lighter black. You know, that makes total sense. It is. I really like Mars Black. I think it's a beautiful black paint. Get in the thing. Okay, that fits. Does this... Why is... Viridian, you were in there before. Why won't you go back? Can you go back, please? Why is Viridian resisting going in the box? I don't know. Anyways. Quinn Violet is playing nicely, but Viridian does not want to go away. Okay, anyways. There we go. Anyways. But yeah, I like that. I like the explanation. No idea why Lunar Red Rock is that, though. That baffles me. There's yeah, Daniel Smith Paints has a number of paints that are like lunar colors. I think they've got like a lunar black, lunar violet, lunar red rock, which is the one that I got, because it's pretty. But yeah, not sure. Isn't Vulcan the one associated with metal and forging? Mars is war, in brackets, blood red and agriculture. This is getting into thinky thoughts about things that I honestly don't remember. I genuinely don't. But, I don't know. Anyways, I think, because it is 20 past dinner time, I'm gonna go make some pizza. And I guess we're gonna have to finish this next time. And I'm gonna apologize because I was really expecting to finish this today so we can move on to something else on Monday. But never mind, because I have plans for at least 2 paintings beyond this one that I would like to work on stream, using some different fun paints. Namely, I want to do a mermaid piece with those duochrome watercolors. I think that would be really, really beautiful. And also, I have a set of, I have another one of these sort of rainbows that leans towards teal, and I want to do a little waterfall scene. I don't want to tell you any more about the little waterfall scene, but suffice it to say, I will make sure there's room for little guys in the waterfall scene, and it's going to be really... I'm not going to tell you who's going to be in it. It's characters you know. But I don't want to spoil it, just in case it doesn't go well when I sketch. This painting originally had little guys in it. I added some little guys over here, and they looked really cute, but it didn't really fit with the whole piece. It didn't feel coherent. It kind of felt like this was a painting and that was a painting with the 2 little guys over here. So I tried moving the little guys up closer to the house, but that still felt like sort of a bizarre addendum. So I ended up, you know what? The fire's lit. The little guys are in the house. They're snuggling down for a nice evening together. Maybe they're having, I don't know, maybe they're making pancakes for dinner, which is a fantastic dinner meal. Making pancakes. Making pancakes. But yeah, I took a photo of the little guys before I got rid of them because I'm like, no, they're really cute. But I will probably take the sort of concept of what they're getting up to, or what they were getting up to out in the hills, and make a piece of its own that's more focused on those them later on. But for now, we can just take it as read that they're in the house. And that's just the case with this piece. Okay, we've got some clarity. Vulcan specifically is the forge. Ah, cool. Mars is the actual raw materials, I believe. Interesting. Samantha says, I don't remember what the Roman god spheres of influence is. I just remember what their Greek counterparts are. Also fire. Romans are like, let's copy our neighbor's homework and tweak it so it's different. Oh, jeez. They were the OG version of writing a fanfic and then just changing the names to get it published. Yep. I have never considered doing that in my whole life. There is definitely not like a novel length work that my moderator / spouse tells me I should file the serial numbers off of. And you know what? I'm so tempted, but it would take a lot of rewrites, and I'm so used to the characters having those names. Don't ask what it's for. It's extremely niche. And when I say niche, it's no one is interested in this. Anyways, pancakes for dinner is a great dinner, says Samantha. Says the woman who makes every Tuesday Pancake Tuesday. And quite right too, Samantha. That is living your best life. If I had it in me to make pancakes on the weekly, I would be eating pancakes every Tuesday too. Why not? Pancakes are the business. We have a number of different pancake types that we enjoy in this household. And I don't get to have them nearly often enough. My classic like 1960s pancake recipe from the Chatelaine cookbook is a family favorite, as well as Hungarian style pancakes, which are they're more like crepes, and they are the bestest. They're called palacinta, and I love them with my entire heart. They are so good. Oh my god, so good. And then there's oven pancake, which is, oh, oven pancake is kind of like if you took the concept of a Yorkshire pudding but made it into like a giant sweet pancake and then served it with like maple syrup and fresh berries and whipped cream if you want to be crazy and fancy. It's just, oh, it's so, oh, kind of want to buy some eggs and then make an oven pancake this weekend now. Oh no. Heck. Anyways, I really have to go make a dinner. But let me just check in with chat before I wrap up. Sammy Ann says, I'm excited for the art to come. This is lovely too. Thank you so much. I was really feeling a lot of uncertainty about it when stream started, but I think now that I've got a bit of texture happening here, I know we're going to be adding some texture into this hill as well, getting all of the line weights and stuff done. We've got a little bit of shading where it's needed for the most part, though we might need to look at that and do some addenda to that as well next time. But I feel like it is starting to come together. This is why you trust the process. You trust the process, even when it's looking a little bit ugly duckling. You just keep working it until it doesn't. And if it really isn't working at all, you cut your losses, delete your art, and go play Stardew Valley for the rest of the stream. Anyways. Sammy says, you're leaving on that note, making me hungry? Well, here's the thing, I'm hungry too. Pancakes are the best cake because they're the easiest to make, says Samantha. And technically, they're the cake that is the most socially acceptable to have for breakfast as well, which, love that. Or dinner, in fact. Oh, Yorkshire puddings, my beloved. Maybe I should get... You know what, I was saying I want to cut down on bread, and here I am thinking about getting a bag of, like, Auntie Bessie's frozen Yorkshire puddings and having those sometime soon as well. I need to stop. Clearly, I am hungry. I need to go eat dinner. That's what's happening right now. So, I'm gonna see who's online. We do have some online buddies, which is awesome. So let me go see who I can do a little raid on. Who's doing some stuff? Who's doing what? Who's doing what? Okie dokie. Oh, there's someone we haven't raided in a while. Okay, let's go see. I'm gonna send us to someone who's, I think, doing some art as well. Hopefully, let me just check and make sure that they're not just about to end, because that would be silly. Haha! Okay. Oh, I think they're participating in Art Fight, which is not something that I have any familiarity with, but I think that's neat, and I don't think they're just about to finish. So, let me send us on in the direction of Pop-Tart. Yay!
Excuse me.
Ugh. No, why is it playing sound? Go away, just let me start the raid. There we go. Okay, the raid has begun. And thank you so much for hanging out, everybody. I will be back. I'll be back tomorrow morning playing some Hollow Knight. Still attempting that gosh dang Zodeless Pantheon. We'll see how we get on. I'm putting kiwis in the raid message today because why not? Because why not? Because I like the little plap 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 that kiwis do when they run around because I think they're heckin' cute. And I think y'all are heckin' cute. You're all breathtaking. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today, everybody. It's been lovely getting to hang with you. You're all wonderful and breathtaking, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your Thursday. Thank you so much. Yeah. Thanks, everybody. This has been so much fun! And I hope you all have a good one. And now I want pancakes for dinner. I have pizza. Pizza's kind of like one big pancake with savory stuff on it, I guess. Anyways, yeah, okay. I'm gonna go before it kicks me out. So, where's my thanks for watching screen? There we go. Okay, I love you all. You're all breathtaking. So hope to see you again soon. Take care, everybody. I'll be back tomorrow. Goodbye and good night!